Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Welcome to the Black Adam's review. Ladies and gentlemen, the hierarchy of power in the DCEU has officially...
It took 15 years. 15 years to change, bro. But it's officially apparently changed.
We legit have just come back from watching Black Adam.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I mean, it's alright. Like, no. It's good. It's good.
You know,
I'll say that right now. It's good.
I think if you go in expecting what it is, which is a Dwayne Johnson film, I think you have a lot more time, a lot more fun with it than like if you go in thinking, oh yeah, this is going to change the DCU forever. This is like their Logan, like their magnum opus and all that stuff. It's definitely not that.
I mean, speaking of Dwayne Johnson, like, did you see Dwayne Johnson just in a Dwayne Johnson film, or did you actually view this as like, wow, Black Adam is Dwayne Johnson?
You know, the whole point of Dwayne Johnson is that he has a certain amount of charisma, a certain amount of like charm, you know.
Yeah,
so
his acting, yeah.
But with Black Adam, it's more like he's like this like stern, stoic.
Again,
sort,
I don't
you
know. I mean, look, we used to watch DC animated series when we were kids. Black Adam, was he in it? I've definitely seen him in some sort of cartoon media, but I don't know much about him. I know he's the Shazam nemesis.
Yeah.
That's about it.
And sometimes he fights Superman. That's meant to be his whole thing. Like, well, I think they did a good role with Syrian. Like, I wasn't like, oh,
yeah, I wasn't like, oh, he's doing crap acting. He did fine acting. He never could have pulled this off in 2007 though.
Yeah.
He could not have pulled this off in 2007.
He's had his time.
He's had to do about 10 years of acting to get to a point where, you know, his comedic timing was on point. You know,
it was a funny film at once, yeah.
All his jokes landed, and I would say that was pretty good. In terms of plot, very straightforward plot.
Yeah. So basically, the whole idea is there's this crown of demon stuff. That some people want to get it. You know, everyone's wondering if Black Adam's like a good guy or a bad guy, and that's kind of the main stuff you have.
It was a lot of mystery behind his past, which I liked because they very much played with the fact that not a lot of fans actually.
I liked it, but then why in your trailer? So like the whole mystery side of it is like, oh, is it the son that's Black Adam or is it the father?
Who's Black Adam?
But in the trailer, it tells you. So the film takes a long while to reveal that it's actually the dad, but you've revealed that from the get-go. Like it takes how many? Like an hour and a bit in. Like just before the third act is when they do this big plot reveal thing. It's like this isn't a plot reveal. You revealed it already, so it's a bit weird. But other than that,
I mean, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it still kind of got me because like it just. I was like, oh, maybe I just remembered it wrong. Maybe I just remembered the trailer wrong.
I didn't. I back my memory, bro.
Playing with that fact that you think Dwayne Johnson's the kid all this time, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's cool. I think again the whole chasing after a crown. I think it worked for this kind of film.
For a very origin startup, it's fine. For the sequel, if they do sequels, you're going to have to get a bit more into it.
It gave the side characters a thing to do. And also, because they had the balance, the Justice Society of America, these random side characters that were supporting Black Adam, and obviously Black Adam himself. And because everyone had their own bit, everyone had a mission.
Yeah, like GSA were like going after Black Adam.
Yeah.
Black Adam was doing whatever, and then you had the people, the human side of it, the mother and son actually focusing on the
Someone get me that name of the mum, because
bro, chill out.
She was fit.
Chill out.
Oof.
Chill out. Hey. So another clear highlight there was obviously the action. I think that was the main thing. I think when your story isn't that strong, so basic, what the film did was it kept it going. The pace was up there. There was always like a lot of action, a lot of stuff going on. So you were never sitting back and recognising, wow, this plot's kind of bare bones. It's kind of meh. The action was kind of, especially when he escaped. Like at the start, they'd have this little slow motion scene where he's kind of like Quicksilver
reminiscent. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But in this one, it's kind of showing the audience how powerful this dude is, just so you get a clear.
To be fair, that does come across. I'm not gonna lie. Like, as much as we were joking at the start, really cool, like, the hierarchy has changed.
Yeah, like
he is very powerful.
He'll just walk through walls so effortlessly, you know. It was kind of cool. Like there was no effort in it.
He is. I without a doubt, he's probably stronger than Wonder Woman and Aquaman.
Yeah, that's what they go. Like another scene that does that is when he's like punching through those like posters and all that, which is kind of
a bit wacky. Yeah, Superman one as well, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Marvel needs to realize as well. If you've got a basic ass plot, really hype up the stuff like the action scenes or the comedic scenes or the drama scenes. Like, it's all right. Have a simple plot. Not every plot has to be so intricate and well thought out.
Yeah.
But just have a good story, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, how unique do you feel like this film was, though? Do you feel like it was different to like a Shang-Chi or
even when we were talking about, you know, when we were talking about expectations, we were talking about the whole villain aspect. I know that was like one of your biggest concerns. I guess it's kind of unique in the sense of it's this dude who believes he is not a hero and recognises that fact, but he's like finding out who he is, you know, like he has that sort of past with his son where like the son was the real hero, and now he's wondering what he is, and it's kind of like treading that line. And I really liked where it ended up with like it's sort of like his rise to power. What is it? Kandak. Yeah. So I thought that was really Kandak. Yeah. So I thought that was an interesting aspect, like especially with how it ended with him kind of on the phone but like smashing it at the same time. So I thought it had some uniqueness.
It is unique. I mean, it's weird because again, I mean, I don't know if you watched the channel for a while, you know my views on these villain films. It feels like we watched a former villain. We've watched like a rehabilitation because in that film it's established he was ruthless back in the day to the point where the wizards had to imprison him. So that continuity in Shazam does line up. Yeah. Very much so. I have to assume this takes place after Shazam. Yeah. But it does line up. And it's like now we're looking at him like he realizes he doesn't need to be that kind of person anymore.
I mean, he's still killing.
He can be better. You know? He's still killing, and I have to give it. But then again, it's kind of weird because he's still killing, but his lessons that he's learning isn't really lining up with his still need to kill.
Well, he's like he wants to kill. It's just that he's not going after everyone. I guess it's meant to be the thing. I don't know. The whole point of him, he's meant to become this protector of his country, and I think that's what it's
that could be anything. You know what I mean? That could be killing people. It could be killing superheroes. Anything.
I mean, it's still left that line open. It's like watch where this sort of your sense of justice takes you.
There's some foreshadowing,
And I did like how it had the heroes have like contrast to what Black Adam was and everything. I thought it was pretty.
And it's quite refreshing to see like the side characters, the human characters, actually supporting Black Adam killing.
Yeah, like especially it was really cool. Like the GSA being like, you can't do this, and then you had the actual public being like cheering for him, and you're like, oh, it's a nice like.
Yeah. And it's like, look, like, because it's like, you know, again, it's maybe harkening to the fact that, you know, all these superhero films, they take place in like America or the UK or something, and they don't pay attention to these like oppressed countries. Yeah, you know I mean, where they can easily just go.
She even gave a speech like we've been like controlled for 27 years,
and you come now that we have a protector. That's when you come.
Yeah, it was a really good point. I mean, it could have leaned to that more, but you know,
there's a lot that could lean to it. It's very much like it wasn't really leaning into anything. It was very much just like this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It wasn't like going bones on it. Like it was given like little cliff notes, but it wasn't really delving into it. For a final point, I guess we have to talk about that post-credit scene.
Oh yes, of course, the post-credit scene. Yeah, so Soups, yeah. I mean, look, it was just beautiful seeing Henry Cavill back as Superman. I'm so happy. He's such a good Superman. If you haven't voted on us, who's the best Superman poll, definitely get on that. Henry Cavill's winning by a mile. So.
He's not my favourite, but you know. But you know. But like for the movie, it was interesting. So you have Amanda Waller being like, "You've got my interest. You don't want to stay in my prison. I guess your place is your prison then, and all that." And it's like, if you step outside that line, though,
we'll kill you.
And he's like, "Send them all." Send them all. And she's like, have it your way, and he destroys the thing.
That's a quick text message, fam.
I know. I mean,
Superman's been hearing that.
He was like,
well, it's been a while since someone's made the word this nervous. Like, not really, bro. I'm pretty sure Steppenwolf was there, like.
Yeah, but Steppenwolf was a bit.
Don't try to give me continuity.
No one cared about
continuity.
No one cared about Steppenwolf. It was more about Superman, but it was interesting. I don't know where that goes.
I don't know where it goes.
I don't know. I think maybe they're trying to build him
as
a Superman villain. Maybe.
I'd love to see a Superman vs Black Adam film. Why not?
That's fun.
I'm more interested in seeing that than the Shazam vs Black Adam film because I feel like Shazam and Black Adam don't really go against each other.
Maybe that's why you put them against each other. That's why you put them against because that contrast.
But like I don't know, Shazam's again is a kid.
Yeah, so like he's been a villain for him for a while. So.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know where the conflict is. Like, because again, I don't know if Black Adam's like this in the comics. I don't know where the conflict's like because he's not a villain in this film. Yeah, but he's someone with the.
Unless the wizard just sends Shazam after him, like this guy's getting out of control.
But then bear in mind, this Superman's also killed people, so.
One time, you know.
And what would you give it out of 10?
Because it surprised me, I have to give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
7 out of 10. What would you?
Honestly, I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
Good
Maybe
action.
7.5. Yeah. 47 out of 10.
Like good action, good pacing, you know, funny. Yeah. The final act might have been a bit iffy with the fine, but like overall.
Oh yeah, final. That CGI was abysmal. I'm sorry, it's actually embarrassing having that CGI monster at the end.
Yeah, but you know, overall, an entertaining film, and that's what you kind of want from a Dwayne Johnson sort of feature.
Anyway, that's our thoughts on the film Black Adam. Let us know what you think down below. Give us a score out of 10, and let us know where you think Black Adam goes next. And let us know what you think about this whole new DC world we're walking into. So yeah, thanks for everything. Like, subscribe. We're the Overall Nerds, and peace.